Hello and welcome to another episode of the Park Hopper Show. And today my guest is Abbie Lyga from Friend Like Me Travel. And I came across Abbie on Instagram. I've been getting into the holiday season for Halloween and things like that and very excited. And I saw that she was just at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. And I said, this is somebody I need to talk to about all that's going on there. So there'll be that and lots more. But first, Abbie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm super excited.
Abbie has just gotten back from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and I have a lot of questions. So can you explain to us what exactly that is for people who may not know about?
Yeah, so Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party takes place at Walt Disney World. It's a special ticketed event that happens at Magic Kingdom. So it runs from about the middle of August, typically, until Halloween night. They have a whole bunch of different offerings that they offer. It starts at 7 p.m., goes till midnight. So that does limit people from everything else. But you are able to enter the park at 4 p.m., which I will always take advantage of.
Nice. And I think it was actually you, and we'll get more into the party in a second, but
yeah,
there somewhere on your Instagram, I believe, and I had never thought of this, of taking a park-free vacation to Disney and just enjoying the resorts and then going to something like one of these ticketed after-hour events, because you still get, is it 8 to 9 hours of Disney magic, and some people, that's more than enough. So
I actually would suggest doing it that way because, like I said, it's a special ticketed event. It is a little priced more expensive than a typical ticket for the park would be. So keep that in mind, but we're actually going to do that in December as well with the Christmas party.
Oh, jealous.
But I also recommend doing that because there's a lot of Halloween offerings all around Walt Disney World itself that I think people should check out. The party is exhausting. So you're going to need a rest day after.
Well, for sure. Well, so tell me, what is this party about? Because we went one year, and I was telling you before we started recording, my kids are getting older, and they're starting to realize maybe how cheap their dad was. And we took my oldest when she was 4, and our baby had just been born, and we'd planned the trip before we even knew we were pregnant. So she was 6 weeks old, and the best traveler because she was a baby, and you just tuck her in. She was just like a stuffed animal at that. Yeah. So she was easygoing, but we went down there at this time of year and we didn't go to the party because who was she to know? She's just like, it's Halloween at Disney, hooray. And we did not pay the extra money because we're like, well, she's already getting this experience,
Right.
And now she's like, wait a minute, we didn't go to that party.
And at that age, the resorts are better than the parks, truly.
Well, hey, we went to the park. We just did not go to the Halloween party. And I think now she's like, wait a minute, we went down there and we did all that stuff, but I don't remember this parade or anything. I'm like, no, it's because we didn't go.
So when you went down there, did you go to Magic Kingdom like on a party night?
Oh no, we knew better because they shut it down, don't they, a little early? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all guests are expected to leave at 6 p.m. and they'll tell you apart because they give you a little wristband. Mm-hmm. So if you don't have that, you're not able to access the rest of the park. But I have heard, and I've learned too, this was from a few years ago. We went to Magic Kingdom on a day where it was going to be a Christmas party, and our son was only 18 months. Mm-hmm. So the lines were very minimum. We got to ride everything we wanted to. And at that age, he wasn't going to stay up for the fireworks or anything. So we were okay with leaving the park early.
Well, I've heard that maybe people aren't so gung-ho about going to those parks those days if you're looking for shorter lines because they know it's a shorter day and they are trying to make the most of, a full day.
Get your money's worth out of it, which I totally understand. I think if you have a park hopper, it could come in handy even though park hoppers are expensive. Mm-hmm.
But,
because ride time is very low.
Well, I've been called this by several people. I'm maybe the cheapest person. I like to say frugal, but the park hopper is one that I'm like, guys, come on. When I get to Disney, I'm like, these prices don't count. It's fine. So,
I know. I'm a different person when I'm down there. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna.
It's a person that if I was that way every day, it would be bad news. I would not be recording this from my house. It would be, in the street. So tell me about this party because I've never been.
Okay, so they have all these special events happening. One of the first ones that I want to talk about is they have a Disney Junior dance party over at Cosmic Rays. It's super cute. This year, I was able to see that they had Doc McStuffin up there, and then they also had Vampirina. So if kids really want some personalized time with characters dancing and that kind of stuff, that would be a really great spot for them. It's more laid back in there, too. It's away from all the other stuff that they have going on. So, I mean, I just went in there and had like a bite to eat, and it was cute to watch all the kids dancing around and stuff. They also have a Hocus Pocus show, and they offer it, I believe it's at 3 separate times they have it going on.
Mm-hmm.
So this time I caught the one that was directly after the fireworks show. And I really love Hocus Pocus. So this show was like top on my list to go and see. And it was amazing. I loved it. They do a special fireworks show. They always are just amazing with the castle spotlights that they have going on. It's crazy to see what they're able to do these days. So we did that. And then right after, I mean, I'm kind of talking about at the end of the party right now. So sorry, but I think it was the fireworks show was at 10, Hocus Pocus show 10:35, and then we went to the 11:15 parade. So they have the Boutiou parade, which is absolutely must see. They also offer this at 8:15, which I have heard that it's you go to the 8:15, it'll be a lot more packed because most of the younger kids will be going at that time. 11:15 parade was still pretty packed. So I don't know if that correlates or not, but we did see the 11:15 parade. There was no rain this night, which I feel like I just hit the lottery because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see the Headless Horseman go down Main Street, which was super, super special. And the parade was absolutely adorable. I loved every second of it. After the parade, it was probably 11:45. So it goes until midnight. Obviously, once it hits midnight, they're not going to be like, everybody get out of here now, because they also offer a Hocus Pocus showing at midnight, too. Which I do think that would be a good one to catch if you're okay with staying up even later.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you'd get a really good view of all the performers and stuff.
Well, what is the trick-or-treating like? I see that people just come out of there with the most candy.
So I have a tip that I want to share.
Oh,
because
please.
I did it this time. So first, I met a lot of other agents with my travel agency at this party.
Mm-hmm.
I am pregnant, so there's certain attractions that I'm not able to go on. We were able to ride a ton of attractions, but they wanted to do a roller coaster. So during this time, me and another travel agent decided, while you guys go wait, we are going to hit up some trick-or-treat trails. So we did. At this time, I think we walked through, we saw Donald Duck was at one, and that was cute. So they're like walk-through stations in buildings for the most part. There were a few outside, but not a ton. The characters interact, and that's really fun. They give you good candy, too.
Yeah.
So they're not cheap with the candy. But my tip is to wait until the end of the night to trick or treat, because they will load your bag up.
Mm-hmm.
I post a picture of my bag. It is completely full to the top. They couldn't fit anymore in there. They have the candy in like bins, and they had me put my candy bag over the bin. And they had the candy in boxes, too, that they were just dumping in there. I'm like, oh, you don't need to give me that much. And they're like, oh, yeah, we do. And I was like, okay, my son is going to be thrilled. Oh.
Yeah.
Save your trick-or-treating for the end of the night. I mean, we went, like I said, kind of in the middle. I decided to go after the parade just because I didn't have a ton of candy. And my son really was gung-ho about me bringing home candy for him. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead a few. I think I went I went to 2 spots in Tomorrowland after the parade because it's right there. And they just loaded it up completely. So that was really cool. But if you're there for the candy, I would definitely wait.
Now, what do they say at the TSA when you show up and you've got 6 pounds of candy in your bag? Like, who's this crazy
You would be
person?
shocked at the things that I bring through that TSA line.
Yeah. You think in Orlando they're just
I
used to...
also came home with some Gideon's cookies.
Oh,
so,
nice.
And actually the officer, because I had the bags still, and he goes, is it cookies or candles? And I'm like, cookies. And he was like, okay.
Yeah. You think MCO just sees this every day and they just, all right, just keep it moving. Just nonsense.
I know I'm not the only one, but I also will literally bring in a full meal through TSA with me.
That's amazing.
I have no shame. I want Disney food, and I'm going to sit at MCO and I'm going to eat it.
Oh, yeah.
I fly out of Terminal C typically, so it's not crazy like A and B are. I've never had a bad experience there. It's usually pretty in and out. I actually timed myself this past time. So I was dropped my luggage off and through security within 10 minutes.
Oh, nice. Yes, I've never had a problem at MCO, I'll tell you. It's always crowded, but it always goes quickly, so...
They know what they're doing, so...
You think they get like a little bit, almost, they have a little bit of the help from Disney where they're like, logistically, how would we make this happen almost? Because it really does. I mean, New York and Chicago and Atlanta, it's always just, you get there and it's madness, but the same amount of people I feel like go through there and it's pretty smooth sailing. So I like the idea of getting the Disney food and sitting. I always get a caramel crunch, or no, what's it called? The caramel popcorn from the caramel. I can't think of the name of it. Epcot has it, and they have it at the Magic Kingdom at the Big Top Pete's. It's the caramel corn, but I just sit there and eat.
I love some caramel corn, so that sounds amazing.
I just pretend that I'm still there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly home,
I'm going to take every bite home with me.
Yeah, and that's my favorite treat. So it sounds like this party. It's definitely, you said it's more expensive, but it sounds like it's worth the money. I know people are like, well, it's a shorter day, but it is 8 hours that you have access to the park. And some people don't do that on a regular day when they're at Disney. It's a hard, like you're going hard 8 hours, right?
Oh, yeah. So I will just say, for example, I walk 8 miles during the party.
Oh, nice. That is 1 mile an hour and still doing things. So that is a wild amount of walking. Do you get to see
So I did jump from place to place to place to place. But I didn't have my child with me, so I was able to do so.
I was going to ask, it's because your son was at home. That's the last time I was there. I was on a business trip, and I took a day, and I looked at my watch. I'm like, we would never have gone this many miles with the children. And then I was looking at what I did. I'm like, oh, I was here. And then I saw the line was short here, so when you're not dragging somebody.
A lot of what I did as well. Okay, Little Mermaid as a walk-on. We're going to go over that way.
Right. And she never listens, but also dragging my wife is not the easiest because come on, let's pick it up. Let's pick up the pace, people. So,
I was with a group who had the same priorities, and we knew what we were doing.
Yes.
We were like, yep, we're going to go. I don't care if it's all the way over there. We're doing it.
We have been with an agent friend of ours, and she very much had the full, I have a schedule. Like you could just see the numbers going past her head while she was thinking about what to do. And I'm like, all right, we're getting it all done, and we're going to be exhausted, but we hit everything and didn't wait. So you all know what you're doing. And that's why it's good to hire an agent. I always try to put this in here. We've done it both ways. We've done it with agents. We've done it by ourselves. Hiring an agent, it's free.
It is free.
And it is so much easier, and it's so much less stress. And I cannot speak highly enough of anybody who puts up with this, because people say, well, you should do it. And I say, no. I enjoy going. I enjoy talking about it. But it's the actual work part of it I could not do for any reason, because it's hard stuff. There's so much
hard stuff. I know a lot of clients, they like to be in control of their trip, and I totally get it, because I am the same type of person. But I actually found our agency because I booked our first cruise with an agent that is a friend like me travel agent. So once I did that Disney cruise and realized how much work that they put in and how helpful they were, I was like, I understand now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like, I don't need someone to plan a vacation. It's just a vacation, but there's so much. And you could go without it and not know what you're doing and have a good time, but you have so much of a better time for no additional money if you have somebody do it for you. I just like to keep pushing that out there because people don't understand. So, well, tell me, let's talk about Gideon's. What's going on there right now? Do they have special holidays?
This was my first time there, and I think mostly it's because almost every time I go, this is actually my first time without my toddler going to Disney World. since I've had him. I've
Yes.
gone as a kid and as a teenager and whatnot.
Okay.
So it's been on my radar. I'm a big cookie girl. I love my cookies. That's my one snack that I will always need no matter where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So Gideon's has been on my radar for years. Anytime I walk by, you see that long, long line.
Yes.
So I said this trip, I am going as soon as Disney Springs opens, and I am going to stand in that line. So Disney Springs, they open at 10 a.m. I was in line probably about 9:45, and then I was in and out of Gideon's by 10:30.
Nice.
And I will be going back.
Yes. I thought the cookies were good. I really enjoyed, they had a frozen coffee.
I also got a coffee.
That frozen, I can't think of what it was called, but it was amazing. It was.
Yeah, I think mine was peanut butter nitro cold brew.
Okay.
And I would go back just for that specifically.
Now,
I will say, I did not really enjoy standing in line. It was 90 degrees.
Oh.
The sun was beating already, but it was worth it in the long run.
Now,
and I got, how many cookies? I got 4 cookies,
mm-hmm.
and I brought them all back with me. So it was a nice little treat for me and my family. And then they got to pretend that they also were in Disney with me.
Yes, it's kind of when I've done it before, you bring it home and go, hey guys, thank you.
Yeah, got you something.
Don't be mad at Dad for going without you.
Yeah.
Here's some cookies. Here's some caramel corn. Here's
Yep.
that stuffed animal. I'm sorry.
I still don't think my 3-year-old realized where I was,
mm-hmm.
but he got some cookies. He got some candy. So.
Well, I've seen your Instagram. He's doing okay. I've seen him in some places that I wish I would.
He's doing just fine.
So the thing is, so I love Disney Springs. Like it is, and it's from my childhood. I went when I was a kid, and I went, when I was older, and now I go with my family. But I remember the nostalgia of it when it was just downtown Disney, and it was is that what?
It was downtown Disney.
When you had to get a separate ticket, and it was, or if it was part of your like multi-stay, but you had to pay to get in, and it was like nightclubs and stuff. And now there's just that little bit of part where there's the carousel and the older part, and they built it all up. But I love Disney Springs. I think it's a lot of fun, but they could put some shade outside of these buildings. Like you're talking about that Lego store. People, I'm not a huge Lego person, but I see people and I'm like, that's an hour-long line. Mm-hmm. And you're just in direct sunlight. And what are you doing? It's just, a rough start.
So Gideon's did have some big fans out there, but they were mostly for like the workers that were
mm-hmm.
opening the doors and stuff. And the workers also had like black umbrellas with them too, just because it was that is right there is direct sun.
Right. So if you're not familiar with Gideon's, it is a cookie store. What would you even say the theme is? It's like a macabre kind of
gothic kind of.
Yeah, it's almost like a Hot Topic with cookies. It's very strange.
Yes. And the inside of it, I just loved it. As soon as you walk in, you are just slapped in the face with that smell.
Mm-hmm.
So they make their fresh cookies every single morning, I believe I read, and I can't remember exactly how much the cookies weigh, but they're huge.
Oh yeah, it's like a quarter or half pound. Like they are, like you pick it up and it's a hefty cookie.
Yeah, and I think I read a sign that said you can only purchase up to 7 cookies,
mm-hmm.
and then underneath that sign it said, which is about 3 pounds.
Well,
so that's a lot of cookies.
And it's a shame that you have to put that sign on it, but these people, some of these like resellers and people, you see them walking out with all the popcorn buckets and all the things.
Yes.
They would buy 100 cookies and then it's madness. But I love a themed place, and that's kind of like what I like about Disney Springs is every store, for the most part, has like a crazy theme. But that cookie place, they really nail it when you get in. And, like
they
you said,
do.
There's people outside
to
let you in. It's like the Haunted Mansion almost, if it was just cookies.
It's similar, just that how it looks on the inside is like cobwebby and spooky. So I think right now was like the perfect time to experience it. It really gets you in the Halloween spirit.
Yeah, they do. Do they do Halloween overlays at the Magic Kingdom for Halloween for some of this stuff? Okay. Yeah, so they don't need that at the Gideon's. It is like the one place that's already spooky. But what do they do at Magic Kingdom? I forgot to ask you earlier with the...
So Space Mountain is completely black, which I cannot go on Space Mountain right now. I probably wouldn't even if I could. I haven't come on it in years. I'm not a roller coaster person anymore. That is completely black.
Mm-hmm. Like there's no stars? Is that what you mean?
What was that?
There's no stars inside? Is
None.
That... Oh, so it's okay. Well,
You don't see a single thing when you're in there.
well, I could tell you if you wanted to, you just turn the lights off in your house and have your husband just shake you violently because that's kind of what it is. If you can't see anything, I'm not pregnant and I don't plan on it, and I'm not going on it ever again. So I've aged out.
I used to enjoy it when I was
Yeah.
a teenager, but I'm not into the thrill rides anymore at
Well,
all.
so what else do they do there at the Magic Kingdom for Halloween? Like that kind
So
of stuff?
I know the Tea Party also has like cobwebs and lights overlaid. That was cute. Haunted Mansion, everybody's favorite ride. That they had characters physically like in the graveyard that were doing kind of like a comedy show. It was super, super cool. They basically looked like ghosts, and that was fun to watch. I mean, it was a really quick walkthrough, though. I think it was posted for like 30 minutes, but there's no way that we waited 30 minutes. It was really, really quick. So that was cool. I'm trying to think if they have any other overlays.
Well, I will put it in the description. Abbie has a great Instagram and all these things, these videos. I've seen them on there. And it's, I mean, some amazing stuff. And I didn't know all of this went down. I knew they had the Halloween parties, but I will say the ghosts at the Haunted Mansion caught my eye because they look just like the ones inside, but it's going on live while you're there, right? Like,
Yeah. And I mean, they seriously did such a good job, and they're interacting with the guests. So that was cool. It's not like they're just doing their own comedy show up there. They're actually interacting with you.
nice.
That was the first time I've seen this. Another thing that the Halloween party is they have special food offerings during the party only. I think at Friar's Nook, I got I don't remember the exact words, but they were basically tater tots with like some chili and stuff in them. They were delicious.
They're potato barrels. They're not tater
yes.
tots. Potato
Sorry,
barrels.
potato barrels. But I love some potato barrels.
My kids are like, "What are potato barrels?" They're just tater tots.
Yeah.
They just can't say it. So what else?
So they had that, and then I actually ran. So we were near the castle more, not directly on Main Street. I ran to Frontierland to get, I think it's the Golden Oak Post or Outpost, something.
Mm-hmm.
They had spooky Mickey beignets, which were phenomenal. So basically, it was just their normal beignets with powdered sugar, but then they also had some like Oreo crumble on there and some sprinkles, and then it was like a cream cheese Oreo dipping sauce as well. Very good.
That sounds
if
amazing.
you want a sweet treat.
Yeah, well, and who doesn't want a sweet treat?
Yeah. So I also know that they had some like specialty slushies happening at certain places. I didn't try those. I did have a full list of things I wanted to try, but there was no way I was going to be able to. And then also, once I was pregnant, a lot of the food no longer sounded as good as it initially did.
Right.
So I didn't try everything I wanted to, but I would really recommend looking at all of the offerings beforehand and kind of map out exactly where you want to try. What's absolutely a must that you need to hit and stuff, or you will miss some.
Well, you have an excellent section of your Instagram where it has just food that you've eaten there, and every one of them, it all looks so good. Every little bit, you're like, this is what I want. And you even got the little like description of what it is down there. I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly what you need. So,
Yeah, so
not if you weren't.
I like to consider myself a Disney foodie.
Oh, hey, and that is an expensive hobby if you're looking into getting
Unfortunately,
into something. Yeah,
it's even more expensive when my husband is with me because he's even more of a Disney foodie.
Oh, man.
Especially if we're at Epcot and it's a festival season.
Oh, no. Yeah,
he
that's
gets
trouble.
himself into trouble.
That is, and my wife, like I said, everybody's you're just so cheap, Paul. But when I'm Disney, it's like, let's go, $15 for what is this? Who knows?
Yeah,
it's just
fine.
some nonsense that at home I'd go, well, put it back. What is so? So your husband enjoys this as much as you, or is he?
Not as much, but he enjoys it.
Okay.
He's at the point where he's like, I'll be like, okay, so I'm going to book us a trip. And he'll be like, whatever, you're going to do it regardless of what I say.
Nice.
So he's just with it at this point. He knows I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
He's got to the step of acceptance, and that's good.
Yeah.
He knows what his future is like, so that's nice. All right, well, hey, I've got a lot of things to ask you about, but it won't help me out at all, but hopefully it'll help someone listening. What is Disney like while being pregnant?
So I will find out even more in December. So maybe we can chat again then. I think at our next trip, I will be about 25 weeks. So My previous trip, I was only 12 weeks pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, you can't really tell. You're in the first trimester still. The biggest thing is just to look out for what attractions you can and cannot do. Thankfully, for Magic Kingdom specifically, most of the rides that I would have done regardless are safe for pregnant women to go on. The biggest challenge is going to be walking.
Yeah,
like I said in the beginning, I've walked like 8 miles. I did elevate my seat at night with a pillow under them just because it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was really fine. It is very hot still in September. So hot and humid. So I drink a ton of water. The biggest difference I noticed is my appetite. I wanted French fries or potato barrels, not my typical food list that I would have preferred at Disney World. So I'm hoping by December, I can get that back on track and try all of the amazing food that I wouldn't normally try.
I never thought about the craving part of it. When we had our first child, we were just fully unprepared, and my wife was just like, let's go. What is it? Ice cream? Potato? What? I mean, we just went, and I was like, well, can't let you do this alone. And boy, we really got ourselves into some trouble over the course of 9 months. Like,
I think the men get themselves in more trouble, actually. I've noticed my husband. I'm like, are you okay?
Well, then you have this baby, and you're like, aha, there's, the weight's coming off. And I'm like, well, now I just have to get rid of all the things I love. Get out of here. So, well, that's awesome. I mean, I'm glad that you're able to do it. That's the one thing that I think people like Universal, they like Disney. I think there's so much more you can do at Disney. It seems like as a family, as pregnant.
What I know, Universal seems to be more like a thrill ride park.
Disney,
a lot of the sit-down rides.
Right. And it's a lot of dark rides, and it's slower. It's not as crazy. You can't do Tron, and you can't do Space Mountain. But like I said, Space Mountain.
Wouldn't want to.
Space Mountain, the last time we went on that the day before we went on Guardians of the Galaxy, we're like, oh, this is a modern roller coaster. Space Mountain, it's got that nice nostalgic feel, but it also,
very jerky. Very jerky.
I had a hard time with it. So, all right, well, let me ask you this then. What are your favorite coffees in there? You have the delicious treats, but we're also talking the coffees at the park. So
I love me a coffee. So even while I'm pregnant, I love a coffee, but it's got to be an iced coffee.
Yes.
I already talked about the Gideon's coffee that I had. That, I think, was my favorite. But I also got a really yummy caramel macchiato over at Disney's Polynesian Resort. Right in that little cafe when you first walk in from the monorail. It was super good. Those are my top 2 right now. Obviously, everybody loves Joffrey's as well. I didn't get to one this time, though. And I was a little bummed because I wanted to try, like, a pumpkin spice coffee or something. But I limit myself to one a day, so it just didn't work out that way.
That's probably for the best. I'm not a huge coffee drinker, but I love an iced coffee. And even more so, I love, what Starbucks, it's like a Frappuccino, but, as much sugar and whatever mess you can put in it that you can't taste the coffee. They've got like a real sugary, it was almost like a s'mores thing over in Tomorrowland at the little space station there. And
I haven't tried that yet, but I did specifically make a trip over to the Wilderness Lodge because I really wanted to try the s'more latte, and I did a mobile order, and then they called it like immediately. So I walked up and like, hey, is it already ready? They're like, our latte machine's down. And I'm
oh, no.
I came over here specifically for that.
I love a s'mores, just about anything except s'mores. I don't love the actual hot and melty s'mores, but everything s'mores flavored. Because I like a cold.
Girl. I love a s'mores.
Well, a cold drink and a cold treat is, I don't love a hot treat. So especially, and like you said, keep in mind, and you said it starts in August? That's a little early.
Middle of August. I can't remember the exact date, but it makes me think like August 13th or 16th it started, possibly. But yeah, so
early for
if
Halloween,
you are going there for fall weather, turn right around.
Right.
Not happening.
Well,
it's extremely hot and humid.
And is it like that every year, or is it's usually pretty warm that time of year in Florida, but I didn't know if sometimes you catch one in the 80s maybe because we went.
So I think it's like that every year.
The time that we went that I was telling you about, it was in the low 90s on Halloween day. We're like, is it so hot? Why is it so hot? And it's, because you see the fall decorations. If you're online, you're like, ooh, look at those leaves. Look at those pumpkins. And you get there and you packed a sweater and your jeans. And you're like, back to the shorts.
You don't need them.
Put the t-shirt on.
You won't need them at midnight even.
No, it is fall in aesthetics only, not in temperature. So, and it's the one knock I would have on.
That's
Disney.
Also the knock that I have. So we went last year as well, and I did take my toddler. That's another story. If you want me to tell a little bit, I can tell you all about that. But we went early September, blazing hot, just blazing hot. I mean, we would walk out of our resort to go to the bus line, and by the time we would get to the bus line, we are drenched. Mm-hmm. So keep in mind, you are going to need fans still. I also went in later October last year, prior to Halloween, and the weather felt perfect. Like, I felt like the humidity wasn't there, and it was like a nice 80 degrees. I was never super sweaty. I enjoyed all of it. So I don't know, maybe it is hit or miss.
Well, I see a lot of posts that you have, and you have your fan. You're ready to go. You've got that.
Oh, this time I had my fan,
And
it was a hot one.
Well, so, and that's, I mean, again, my wife's not listening, so she doesn't know. She is a sweater, and she'll tell you, she just sweats. Even if it's, 70 and nice out, she might be sweating for a while. So that's her. Unfortunately, she's a teacher, so the times that we can go are the sweatiest times. And she's like, this is just miserable. And I'm just like, yeah, we're outside sweating. I'm not trying to win a beauty contest. I don't care your hair is frizzy. Who cares? We're at Disney. I would put, some jean shorts on, some cutoffs and whatever, fanny pack like an old 80s dad with the big VHS camera if I had to, it's
right.
We're not trying to win awards.
One thing is they have a lot of areas that you can go inside. I mean, even just walking in a gift shop, I would do that to cool off. When I first got to Magic Kingdom for the party, I immediately went over to Tomorrowland and I got on the People Mover. It's one of my favorite attractions. Yeah. But even that, I had my fan for a little bit just cooling off, but I was able to turn it off and cool down and rest my feet before I had a big night. But there are a lot of places to cool down there.
And if worst comes to worst, you get the Hall of Presidents and you're sitting there and it's not crowded. My favorite personally is the Carousel of Progress. And it's always, it's a nice, however long that is, and it's cool and it's cute and nostalgic and it's never too crowded. So
yeah, I love that a lot of the attractions are inside like that. So you get a break from the insane humidity.
Right. We have a theme park here and it's just, they call it a theme park, but it's more of just rides, and you're out. There's no escape. You're in it and there's a water park, but if you're on the ride side of it, you're just in the heat all day.
Right. That's how it is here too.
And I did see something that made me think she's a good one to talk to. You have a very relatable sunburn person. You have a picture of you with the wildest arm sunburn. And I said, this is my person, because this is how, I'm assuming it was a spray-on issue you were having, because you had quite some lines on your arms. And
this happens to me every single time, though.
That's who I am.
I don't understand why I can't get it right yet.
My wife stares at me. She's like, how old are you? You can't put your sunscreen on the right way. I'm like, I don't know. There's always like a line, and you're just like, I just missed one spot, and I'm so fair. And it's like, you've only been outside an hour. And like, yep. And look how.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's awful. So I was
my husband and son, they don't have that problem.
Oh, it's
They
lucky.
get a nice tan.
Oh, yeah. My wife and my daughters both, luckily they got her complexion, and they go out and if they're a little rosy on the way home, it's like, oh, this is all right. The next day, perfect. But I'm like,
right. That's exactly how my son is.
It's like I have to be inside with a fan next to the air conditioner. Oh, it's rough. And then, like I said, I was mid-30s before I realized that I could really probably put sunscreen on more often. You don't have to just be at Disney World to do that. And I would come home from somewhere and just hurt. My wife's like, you're so white. You've got to do better. You've got to try something better than that. So, all right. Well, let me ask you, where did you say you stayed at this last one?
So I actually stayed at All Star Music. It was my first time staying at All Star Music, which is a value resort. Mm-hmm. So maybe you would like it.
Listen,
have you been there?
This is the hill that I die on. And when I first started this with my friend, she was years ago, she was a planner, and we would get this argument because she liked the fancy hotels, and she would always and a lot of people, they like to go there and they stay at the nicer places. And I don't know if it's because of my childhood and the nostalgia, or I just love tacky Disney, but I'm an all-star kind of person, because to me, and until these last few times, we didn't take a break day. which I do. A rest day is nice. Now, I mean, if you've got an extra day to stay, have a not go to the park day. But you just go to the All-Star and you just sleep and you get up. And I mean, I'm a rope drop to close kind of person, so I don't care. That it's just fine.
Yeah. And I didn't spend a ton of time there, but I will say I did not realize that they were all that close. I don't know why I didn't.
It's like a...
Yeah, I walked to all three. I got to explore all three of them. I stayed at All-Star Movies when I was younger. So, like, I vividly remember it, but not a ton.
Right.
But, like, my family will typically stay at either Art of Animation or Pop Century. We love the Skyliner.
Oh, yeah. The Skyliner is great.
It's like, yeah, amazing. But I was like, I'm going to do music because I feel like my child will be okay with me being over there.
Right.
I didn't want to do movies because I need to bring him to that. He will absolutely love that. And I feel like same with sports. He would really like sports too. I
was a kid. We stayed at sports when that one was starting out. So you got to keep the riffraff all together in the Value Hotel, so they keep an eye on us people who don't care about the hallways, or the special hotels. So we just in the room, out the door. So
I looked at the prices of the Value. They are cheaper than like some of the hotels in my location, which is crazy to me.
So funnily enough, I came to this realization in the last episode. You're in New York, correct?
Yes.
So I'm in Kentucky, and even here, some of the hotels, as I'll travel for things, I'm just like, because the only time I like to spend money is at Disney. I will see a price and go, well, this is Disney prices. What are we doing?
That's hilarious.
We went to...
I am the same way now.
We went to Las Vegas, and I was like, this is a deluxe. Oh, this is a nice hotel. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are these prices?
Even if I'm like at a water park, I'm like looking at the food menu, and I know the chicken tenders aren't going to be as good, and I'm like, this is Disney prices right now. I'm not paying it.
The chicken, so that's okay. Our local zoo is a great zoo, but in the last couple of years, whoever their food vendor is, I don't know what they think they're trying to pull, but we went there to the little outpost, and it's like $16 for 3 chicken strips. I was like, this is Disney prices. And that's what I call it.
It's like that's more than Disney prices.
I'm like, this is just insanity. The prices of some of this stuff, or like how much an icy is, and I'm like, I can see on this thing at Disney, you could get a frozen drink for cheaper than an icy at the local zoo. You're charging too much. That's like you're going too far if you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely in the same era of my life where I'm going to compare everything to Disney.
I do. The one thing that is good, I like to compare the lines to. Are you a Bluey household?
I like Bluey. My son has never really gotten into it though. Like,
get him out.
Talk about it, but
nah, that kid's got to go. Put all your effort into the new one. We love it, and I mean, my kids are getting close to aging out of it, and I'm sad because they keep talking about this movie. I'm like, it's going to be 2 years, and you're going to be 16, and you're going to be 12. I don't know. I might just have to go on my own. I love it.
I swear, I heard that Bluey was coming to Walt Disney World though too.
Well, that would be great. It's
right.
I mean, I personally love it, but I like to, when you get in line, say, this is 3 episodes of Bluey. It makes it go quicker than 20 minutes. It's like, oh, this is an hour and a half. Well, that's just 14 episodes
That's
of Bluey.
A good way to put it, too.
And it seems happier when you're standing there in the heat.
Maybe this next baby will be a mega Bluey fan like me. I mean, when he was younger, we'd put it on all the time, and I feel like my husband and I were more into it than he was. So
my wife just looks at me because we'll watch some of them, and she's looking over. She's like, "You're gonna tear up, aren't you?" I'm like, "No, yep. I'm very emotional. There's some of this is just beautiful sadness of childhood. It's just magical. Get out of here with your
the storyline is really, really good. So they did a good job with that show.
There's one where they don't talk and it's just raining and they're playing with the puddles out on the front part. And I'm like, this is a kid's show. This is amazing. So, well, hopefully better luck with your next child. So
yeah.
My kids get upset because we have a podcast at our church and I talk about them all the time and they're like, stop telling these stories about us. And I'm like, no, this is what I know because it's who I
reaching to share.
It's who I see. So, all right. Well, so your son, he's living the best life because he's got a parent that's a Disney planner. So what are some of his favorite things to do then as a toddler in the parks?
He thrives in the park. So part of me is actually worried about this next child won't be the same because he's never napped. Like, I think maybe 1 or 2 times he's napped in the park. Mm-hmm. He's not that kind of guy. Like, he is going to just run around and live his best life. We took him last time in April, and every day he'd wake up and be like, what are we doing today? I'd be like, I'm going to need you to take a breath for a second, dude. So he's just go, 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 go. He likes any of the attractions that we go on. He loves Haunted Mansion.
Nice.
And that's like I said, that's the best ride in my opinion. So I've trained him right with that one. Even just being there and running around, he loves. Epcot specifically has a lot of amazing play areas for the kids.
They really do.
So my husband and I would just like grab something to eat, sit there, let him get energy out. And it's nice to people watch there too. So,
right. Well, that's one of the things that I don't think people understand. Like if you go without your kids or you go with older kids, you're like, well, you start planning your trip and I'm like, I'm going to hit this ride and I'm going to hit this restaurant. I'm going to get this snack. I'm going to do this ride. But if you're 3, you don't know what's going on. You're just like, hey, this is just a giant playground. And some of those like kids areas are just amazing. And they're having just as much fun there as a ride. And especially Epcot has added some, like you said, some fun places that you could just sit and they can just run free, and you don't really feel nervous because it's Disney and they've got it pretty much
I trust Disney with everything that I have.
That's good.
We really like the Moana, Journey of the Water, walk through at Epcot too, and then the Nemo ride. We love the Nemo ride. I think it's adorable, and then the aquarium after. I mean, I physically have to be like really encouraging him to get out, or we would be there all day. I don't want to be there.
No, I like an aquarium. I don't love an aquarium, but I do. Somebody pointed out that, pardon me, that part of the Disney, you think it's real expensive, of course, but if you were just going to an aquarium that size, it would probably be $60, $70 per person, and it's just an aquarium. So that's like half, a third of your ticket, depending on how long you're there, just to see that incredible aquarium. And my daughter, the last time she went, we rode that Nemo ride, and we had a good time, and then we were just walking around that aquarium, and there's that little shark play area, and I was like, honey, and I'm just thinking about all the things that we're missing out on, and she's just having the best time of her life. And I'm like, we're also here for you. Not just for Dad. We're not just here for Dad.
That's something I've had to learn, too, is when you go with a toddler, we've been bringing him since he was 18 months. Have a plan, and then have another plan, and another one. I don't go crazy when we're there. Like, I go with the flow. What he's up to do, we're going to do. We always will try to do at least one character dining with him on a rest day. He just recently, our last trip, like, really thrived with the characters, and it was super cute watching him, like, hug the characters. But he's been on a few Disney cruises now, so I think he's got it down.
This kid. He doesn't like Bluey, and he's just living this life. Well, so I'm going to get back to Disney in a second, but let me ask you this, because I saw you all went to the Nickelodeon Universe thing. I have only seen that. We watch a lot of travel things on YouTube, and we see people go to that. What is that like? Because that looked the most fun.
That was something we've wanted to go to for a while now. It was like 3 hours away from us. So we made a little weekend out of it, and I met 2 other travel agents there with their families, so that was fun. It's really cute. One thing that I want to point out is if you are going to Nickelodeon Universe, you don't have to pay admission unless you want to ride the ride.
Really? Okay.
You can also buy tickets to ride the rides too, which was cool.
Like the old Disney way, like you just actually pay per ride?
You could pay for a ride, but there is, I don't remember how much it was, maybe $60 or $80 per person. But the only reason I knew this is because the other travel agent I was with, said you don't have to pay, admission to walk in. So say you were because it's at the American Dream Mall. Say you were out shopping and you just wanted to see what it was like. You could just walk in and check it out without actually doing anything or paying for anything.
Yeah. That's so
Which
cool.
I think is really cool. They have a lot of Nickelodeon statues, like little Rugrats and stuff. And I mean, I grew up with that. So that was really cool. So my husband and son I paid for them to get in. I didn't pay for myself to get in because I didn't ride anything.
No, those rides are big. Yeah.
I was pregnant. So I was like, it's fine. I don't really need to ride anything. But they have a little Paw Patrol area, pretty big area too, where they have Paw Patrol rides. They have carnival set up games, but they're character themed. So they did a really, really great job with this theme park. It's not huge, but we had no problem spending the entire day there. that mall itself is ginormous. So if you're ever going, I would take an entire weekend because there's so much to do there. They also have a water park. We didn't check it out, but you could kind of see some of the slides and stuff. We're definitely going to go back and check out that water park because it's awesome from what slides we've seen and what video footage we've looked at too. And then another cool thing is they have a giant snow slope. So people are in there sledding, skiing.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, that it was, and there's like a glass window so you could watch them all do all of this. So that was really cool.
That is, I mean, like I said, we saw some of the stuff on YouTube and it was like, this is really fun because I was a big Nickelodeon person. But let me ask you, you said you grew up with Rugrats. Do you mind if I ask you, how old are you?
I'm 29. I'll be 30.
Yuck. Get out of here.
In January. I know.
You grew up with Rugrats. Get out of here. what
I'm
Rugrats were you?
So I was born in 96. So I'm right at that line.
Bah. Okay, the last episode almost ended when the lady liked chocolate and peanut butter together, and now this 29 is just that hurts my soul. All right, well, you know, I love Rugrats. I was around for when they started, so no big deal. This original Rugrat person. My kids, they cannot get the kids into it. It's just like Bluey for your son. I'm like, hey, look at, they're like, what is this animation? What's happening here? I'm like, it's slow. It's not in your face. It's before everything was extreme and quick cuts.
Right, it's not overwhelming.
It's a nice story, and you just enjoy yourself and be happy that you had it because all the other cartoons were Disney and they were made in the 50s. And, you know, this is something that was at least modern when we made it. So, all right. So I just wanted to get off onto that real quick because, like I said, I was going through your Instagram, seeing some of the fun things that you all do. And that one really caught my eye because I don't see a lot of people post about the Nickelodeon place. But
it was super fun. They also have characters there, too. So, like I said, if you were to ever just drop in without paying for admission, you could still see the characters, and they do dance parties too on a stage that they have. So,
well, 100 years ago when I was a child, they had the Nickelodeon stuff at Universal Studios still. So that was like, this is great, and now it's just like a plain office building, and it's very sad that the childhood went away. So, all right. Well, let me ask you this then: what, as a tip, then would you say? What is if you had to take a bag of things to Disney, I like to get the tips from the planners. What are the most important things you need for a trip to Disney when you're, just in general, or especially if you have a toddler or a pregnant person with you? Because I'm in the wind in this. I have no idea.
What I specifically bring to the parks.
Well, what would you suggest for people then? Because I know the pack in the bag for the day is a big deal. Because I mean, like I said, for us, I don't like to go back. My wife and youngest daughter, even though she's 10, they would definitely go back and take a nap. But me and my oldest stay all day. So if you're going to stay all day, you can't go back to the hotel. What are the essentials that you need to have for the day?
Depending on the season, a poncho.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is absolutely needed for September. So for the party specifically, I had a poncho with me and I had an umbrella. Didn't need either of them, but I still had them because if you know Florida, I mean, there could be no rain in the forecast, and then the next minute, it's a complete downpour.
Now, real quick, they let you have an umbrella?
Small one.
Okay,
yes.
I was going to say
So
I'm surprised.
Found like the smallest one. Security will flag you. You will have to go through extra security. It never takes me long, so I don't care at all that I would get flagged for that. But yeah, I brought it to Disney Springs as well. The same thing happened there.
Yeah, at Disney Springs, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm a little bit blown away that they let you have it there. But that's good. I mean, I've never seen anybody with one, but the ponchos.
This is the first time I actually brought one. Normally, I just do the ponchos, but we've gotten poured on so many times that I'm like, I'm done messing around.
And now here's the thing you probably don't think of. I don't know locally where I would buy a poncho, but I think if you could find one, get one before you go. And they're great souvenirs. And now they've kind of gotten cruddy, but like I have all my old childhood junk behind me, and this is my Disney stuff. And I have a poncho here. This yellow one is a Disney. It's the Mickey Mouse poncho from, the 90s. And it's still very good quality. But we got some the last time we were there, and they did not last the whole trip.
No, they don't stand up anymore. And they're pricey.
They're proud of those ponchos.
We always buy them. We have ones, I think we ordered from Amazon, but they're reusable ones. So we have them. I pack them in every single time. You're always going to see me with a neck fan and then a fan that I can just hold. It's actually a fan that I can maneuver to put on a stroller too. So typically if my son was with me, I'd put it on his stroller.
Right.
Which I greatly missed
Yeah.
this year or this time. I said it to the girls I was with. I was like, I miss that stroller. My shoulder hurt a little bit. So I do wear like a crossbody bag. And I got a new one specifically for the trip to hold everything that I wanted. With me, I bring like a little selfie stick type thing too. It's not a necessity, but I like it. A portable charger because my phone is going to die always.
Yep.
And then I always have my water bottle with me as well. So I know some people don't know this, but I would just go up to a quick service station and be like, can I have ice water to put in my cup? And they would give it to me.
Oh, well, I did not know that because I've been drinking that gross Florida water like a sucker all these years. That horrific. You're only happy because you're like, I have to have something because I'm going to die if you don't give me this water.
Yeah, no, I didn't buy water once when I was down there.
Well, we have gotten to where
I just had my nice isolated tumbler with me, which isn't super fun to carry around, but when it's that hot, it's needed.
I never thought about taking that in because I just assumed that was another no-no, but we always take the little like liquid flavored drops, so we would get that Florida water and drip it in there. But listen, you're not getting ice water though with that, so I did not know that they would give you ice water for your own. That's great.
And another thing I feel like people don't realize is you can bring your own food into the park, which I think is amazing. I mean, we have theme parks locally that are not great and we can't bring food into.
Right.
So with a toddler, that bag that we're packing is going to be Uncrustables, fruit snacks, pouches, a million different snacks that he will eat because he wants a snack every 10 minutes.
Right.
And I will buy him a Disney snack. But half the time he's not even going to like it because he's so picky. We also, something, which I'm probably cheap for doing this, but I don't really care. Last time we were going to Epcot, we ended up going back to our resort and then heading back over in the evening. So prior, I was like, well, Cohen's going to need to eat something. So I always do like a Walmart grocery order and have it delivered to our resort. And we did mac and cheese. So it's just like the 4-pack that it comes with that you can make yourself. So my husband went down to the food court area, had it made, and it was even in like a little Disney bowl that he got, just like a plastic one. I have videos of my son sitting in his stroller in Epcot, eating his boxed mac and cheese.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's, well, but I mean, a box mac and cheese is $1.50, $2, and you get there and it's not that. For sure.
And then he wouldn't eat it if it was there anyways, because he doesn't like homemade mac and cheese.
Well, okay. Well, better luck with the second.
He's going to grow onto a food palette. I'm just going to give him some time.
Yeah, my youngest is the same way. My oldest did not care for things when she was little. She would try stuff, but she didn't like anything. And now she would consider herself, I guess, a foodie. But the young one, I'm like, come on, baby, one of these days it's going to snap and you're going to love all these things. So that is a great idea because, like you said, local theme parks, they don't like you to bring the food in because they make, I think, a lot of their revenue. They make it up with their overly expensive chicken strips and stuff. But Disney's like, come on, we're doing okay with that. Well, I love that you do post things, and you said you take a stick with you to video and film. And
I honestly didn't use it much this time, though.
Well, you weren't.
I had it.
You didn't have your child with you,
right? It was a little easier.
I'll say with planners, I always suggest they shoot more of themselves having fun and doing things because you get there and you're having a blast and you get home and you're like, I can't wait to tell everybody, but it always works better if there's a video. But I would tell you from experience, I'm 43 for the record. So in my day, you would go and they would video, you would just have home videos and home movies of things. And you don't get that.
Orders and stuff.
Right. You would get,
VCR.
Right. Well, hey, easy. Come, a big beta hooked to your.
That was my time. I had VCR.
So but there's almost no footage of me as a child because my parents didn't have a video camera. But there are, there's some fun things, and especially the next generation. There's my cousins. There's endless amount of film of them, but you really miss out on these times because everybody's like, oh, I've got this 30-second clip of my child having a good time for Instagram. But I think, you've got a better camera than we ever dreamed of as a child in your pocket. And with that little selfie stick, you can really I think it's very important, and I don't want to get like weird about it because my kids are getting older, but to see them like at 4 and like, 1 just toddling around the park and going, oh, this is so great. And you have those memories, but you don't think about them until it's gone. But you actually have this perfect opportunity with you all the time. So I think more video of your children at the parks is like the way to go for people.
Been able to capture, such special moments.
Your son riding the carousel it's real cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's his favorite ride, and it has been from the start. So we can look back at previous videos from years ago and see his reaction and how much, older he looks. Mm-hmm. So it is. I do get emotional like watching that.
Yeah, I have at our zoo we have a carousel, and I've seen like our kids grow up, through that because that's what they always wanted to do, and it's that same kind of thing. I will say the Disney carousel, it's so much better, but it's so fast. It's so funny because our local one, it's one that they play the slow music and you're having a good time. And they got to Disney and they're like, what is this like strap? They're like, put it on. Right. And that thing takes off and they're like, okay, this is closer to a real horse than we were expecting it to be.
I think last time we rode it like 3 times.
Oh, wow.
He really loves it.
And that shows that you're a good parent because that is also not a short line.
So, no. And last time it was the longest. I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm never waiting here long again.
It's madness for that. And you're like, well, this is sweet. It's a carousel. It'll be quick. And it is. Yeah. It is not. It is a slow because they load them up and then you just. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, they're not going to load up anymore. It's not like the Haunted Mansion where it just keeps rolling. It's, watch these people have fun.
It was quite some waiting time that we had to do. One thing about the rides I want to talk about regarding the Halloween party is that a lot of the wait times are much, much lower because they only sell a specific amount of tickets. It's a lot. Right. I don't know the exact number, probably more than they should sell. But I will say almost all of the rides that we've gone on, besides Haunted Mansion specifically, we walk right on. We did Pirates of the Caribbean. I did the People Mover prior to the party even starting. Haunted Mansion was set 30 minutes. It definitely didn't feel like 30 minutes at all. We did the Winnie the Pooh ride. We did the Little Mermaid ride. I'm probably forgetting other rides, but we did a lot of rides and we didn't wait long at all.
All right, that's awesome because I think people, they see that price and they're like, well, this is for a parade and the candy, but they don't take into consideration you're getting like a quarter of the people, that are there. So even if the line is full, it's not full because that's,
and you can't buy lightning lanes during the party either.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so
you don't need to. So
what we've done lately, and it's blasphemy for Disney, I know, but we skip the fireworks and we do rides during the fireworks because...
Which is super smart.
And I'm like, I love Jungle Cruise, but that line is 90 minutes
all day. This time, but I don't even remember seeing what the line looked like, but it's always crazy.
And then at night...
I am going to ride it specifically during the Christmas party because I know that they throw in some Christmas decorations.
The Jingle Cruise,
in there too. Yeah.
I've never done it, but I love it. I love the overlays. That's what we... Yeah. At our house, we're like, it's Christmas time. Are you putting decorations up? Like, no, it's our Christmas overlay for our house. People, right. These people. But you had a great idea, and I saw it on I've read it on my notes, that I don't think people understand. So, like I said, we're not big fireworks people. They're amazing. They are... And we have a huge fireworks celebration. I'm in Louisville. We have this thing before Derby. It's to kick it off, and it's huge celebration. And we're always like, man, it's nice, but everybody locally gets so excited. And I'm like, it's not even half of a Disney thing. It's not set to the music. What is this? You're just setting off, fireworks, just nice fireworks, but it's not cool. But then you're there, and the castle's got the... I can't even think what they're called.
The projection.
The projection, yes. The projection mapping on the castle is amazing. They have Tinkerbell, they've got the fireworks, and it's so cool. But we always skip it because, honestly, I don't love a crowd, and that's so many things change for me when I'm at Disney.
I understand why you skip it.
You get in it, and the last time that we saw it, my daughter was just getting a little bit too heavy to be on Dad's shoulders. Mm-hmm. I was like, this is a long fireworks show. Honey, it's a lot of just standing. Like if you're walking, you kind of get that weight out, and then they're shifting, and then they want to hold a camera, and then they're moving all around, and you're like, all right. Not only am my legs tired, and now my shoulders are falling apart. You suggested, I believe, watching them from the back of the castle.
I love watching them back there. If you don't care about the projections, you get great views.
Yes.
And you don't get that crowd. That crowd is pretty insane. So typically, I also wouldn't be right there watching it. I only did because it was my first time actually seeing the firework. show for Halloween specifically. So I also like to watch them from my Disney resort on the TV.
Hey, okay, well, that a woman after my own heart. That's really funny. Well, so we've seen them, and again, Disney diehards get mad because I'm like, they should bring back this show or that show, and I'm like, I couldn't tell you the difference between the fireworks shows. I'm like, I get there and I'm like, I love it. It's so cool while you're there, but I'm like, this is so much different than this one. And I'm like, that's a different show. I had no clue if you had not pointed it out.
Sometimes I'm like that too.
So, but I mean, it's always amazing, but I can't. Maybe I'm just firework blind and I can't tell the difference. But like when we would see them walking around, ride to ride, and you're like, these are every angle's amazing when you're walking around the park. I never thought, if you wanted to really enjoy them though, to be behind the castle, because you just follow the crowd and you're like, they're all out front. I better go get out front and I better stake out this spot an hour early. And you start planning your whole day around how early can we be camped out.
Yeah, I will never be one of those types of people. I'm not going to waste park time sitting on the ground for hours to watch a parade or a fireworks show or meet a character. I'm never going to do that.
No, well, I mean, so I like, real quick on this too, you are a big character dining person too. And I would have.
Yes, character dining all the way.
I would have always said that is a sucker's bet, but we did it and it's amazing. I was like, okay, it's worth it. It's expensive, but it is like, you're there and they are giving you all the attention. Donald and Mickey and
very
they were all
personalized.
You did the Topolinos, and
we did Topolinos. Yes, we love Topolinos. Typically, we like to do a buffet style character dining. My son was under the age of 3, so last time we went to Cape May, and it's a buffet style, so we don't have to pay for him.
Hey, you didn't have to pay for him to get in either, did you? To Disney?
No.
Oh man,
no.
The under 3s. That's you start telling them, I'm sorry, but I'm glad you're 3, but life's getting ready to get a lot harder because you're not going to get to go on so many trips.
So we're about to, reality is going to hit us in December when we're there. It already has. I mean, I had to pay for him to go to the Christmas party. But I know that we're going to do a character dining too. Just haven't figured out which one we want to do yet. We love Ohana's.
Yeah. What is the difference in the characters between the meals? Is there...
So each restaurant will have different characters. And then, so if you use a travel agent, they can usually provide you with that information on which characters are going to be where, as well as book a reservation for you. I want to mention. They have like Stitch and Lilo, Pluto and Mickey. I know Cape May had Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy. And then Topolino's had Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, I believe.
Yeah, they had the big 4. That's what I like, the power couples. They were there with their artistic outfits on. I enjoyed it. So, all right. Well,
and the views are beautiful up at Topolino's as well. So
we just had the breakfast there, and it was some of the best food that I've had at the Disney park. I saw,
and they bring out the pastries, and I was full up with just the pastries. So
yeah, those potatoes there, I still think about sometimes the fried potatoes that were at the breakfast.
They're so good. But normally when we do a character dining, we push it to we almost always do a character dining breakfast. So when I do reservations, I will do it around 10:30, 10:50. So we will be full up until dinner. So yes, it can be a hefty price tag, but then we're not out buying snacks and lunch either.
Right.
So
you can just throw an Uncrustable, at you.
Yeah, if you are hungry, here's an Uncrustable.
That's funny because
one thing also I realized I didn't even touch on because it's not that important to me, but they have special characters at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So a lot of people go crazy about Jack and Sally. I don't. I am never going to wait in line, but then they'll have Stitch in a special costume as well. I believe he's almost always Elvis. Mickey and Minnie have a special costume. Pooh and his clan are dressed up in their costumes, which I didn't see, but I didn't wait in that line. And it is cute, but I'm just not going to waste the time to stand in those wild lines.
Yeah. I love that. That's the way I look at it. I'm like, okay, so for this park day, this ticket was this much. So it's this much an hour. Is it worth my time for this? Would I pay somebody this money to get into this line? No, I wouldn't. So I'm not going to stand in the line too.
Yeah.
Well, you just went through, though. I'm sad because I love the thought of the Halloween thing, but it was almost like a who's who of people that I don't care to see. Of all the Disney characters, you're of the age of Lilo and Stitch being a big deal. Yes, is that? Yeah, man, that thing came along. And I'm like, this, I don't get it. We saw the live action movie, and I enjoyed it when it came on Disney Plus.
The live. I really, really like Lilo and Stitch, though.
Oh, the cartoon I could not stand. Which one of these people is the person I'm cheering for? The little monster that's destroying everything. But the movie,
the live action one was amazing. I thought they nailed it.
Yeah, as of all those that I've seen of the live action, I was like, this one actually might be better than the than the cartoon.
Yeah, no, I think I like the live action better as well.
Yeah, and Disney Plus, good job. It's free. Check it out. If you've got Disney Plus, it's free. But
yeah. But the Polynesian is one of my favorite Disney resorts. I've never stayed there. It's on my bucket list, but I will always visit there. So that could also be why I really like Ohana, because I know some people don't.
Well, it's funny because I wrapped up the last episode talking about going to, I've never even been inside, but it's one of those that you go by on the monorail and just go, that place looks nice. Back to All Stars.
Right.
That's
nobody needs to know.
Yeah, we call that, it's the grandparents' trip. That's what.
Yeah.
The grandparents paid for this trip.
I already said to my mom, you're going to have to join us next time because I'm going to have 2 kids and they're going to want different things. So I'm going to need you as well.
It was very good when the little ones were little to have an extra set of hands because sometimes they just want to hold a baby. And right. Like, we can hold a baby at Disney. We can hold it at home.
And grandparents will pull debit card out much quicker. I've realized as well.
My parents for sure will, a lot quicker than I will. So.
Yep. Exactly how my mother is. So.
It's good to have that around. So.
Yeah.
Well, I have really enjoyed this. I've enjoyed talking to you today. This has been really great. And yeah, definitely, I would love to have you back on sometime to talk about the Christmas party and all that. Maybe
let's plan that.
So, is there anything else before we go that you'd like to?
Let me see. I know I wrote down a few things. Quickly, I want to talk about, and I promise I'll be quick.
No, you're fine.
So, if you go to this Halloween party, you need to have a plan and you need to have a rain plan. Because last year we went and it was not great.
Yes.
We went in there without a plan, though. I kind of was like, we'll wing it. It'll be fine. No, that wasn't fine. We left before the fireworks. Complete waste of money for us. Disney helped us out, though. They gave us some free passes to a water park the following day. Our son was also sick, so that played a role in it, but it was just not a good experience. So you need to have a plan and then a backup rain plan as well. And then if it is raining, just go with the flow and make the best of it. I realized I didn't do that. I kind of was pouting that it was raining last year. So you need to just go in with an open mind. And I think that's why this year I was like, I have a poncho, which I did last year as well, but I have an umbrella too. If it rains, it's going to be okay. I'm going to dance in the rain. The Headless Horseman will not ride out in the parade if it is raining. Obviously, it's a safety concern for the horse and the guy that's riding the horse as well. They may push showtimes back. They may do shortened showtimes, and then the parades could be like the rainy day parade, but it would be the Boo to You rainy day parade, whatever they want to call it as well. However, I had a few other travel agents go to the party the same week that I went, but it was a few days prior, and it was quite rainy. So a lot of the rides were down, I guess. And the things some of the special events got pushed back, but they ended up refunding everybody's ticket.
Oh, wow.
Which was, that's amazing, because you don't ever hear of that.
Oh, no.
So they lucked out with, not the experience they wanted. Right. But Disney made it right. So.
Well, I would say probably the best tip, and I'm not a planner, but when people ask, what do you do? There's so much fun stuff to do, and every trip is always, to me, even the trips that there's been trouble, it's a great trip, but just be flexible. Know that, you have an ideal of what you want it to be, but, if it doesn't go that way, you can't let that ruin your whole time because, I was a couple months ago, something happened. It seemed like all of the rides went down at Magic Kingdom that one day. Something I can't imagine, if you had saved up and that was your one big trip and
You're
you go.
one time going.
I mean, I'm sure that, Disney probably made it right in some of those cases there as well, but you just got to go, well, let's try something else. There's all these other things to do. There's other attractions going on that you don't have to have the rides.
There is so much. There is so much to do. And I feel like for the most part, Disney's customer service really goes above and beyond. I mean, we could go to an event locally, an amusement park here, and it could be raining all day and nothing is working. They're not going to refund us.
No.
I've never heard of a company doing that. And I mean, you have to think the amount of money they've had to, reimburse.
Right.
That's a lot of money right there. That's an entire night that they just don't get as much profit from.
Right. And I mean, I think in the long run, it's probably better for them. It's better because of the PR, but I mean, a lot of places it'd be better for the PR. They just don't do it anyway. So
you're right. It's better for them because that people are like, all right, well, I'm never going to come again because I was sour last year and I was like, not coming to this again.
You still seem a little sour and you're back for both this year. So you got, but I mean, you know what though? So like, I think the rain is a good example because we've been there and it's just, it's 90 degrees and then all of a sudden there's 2 inches of rain and then it's 90 degrees again and humid.
Right.
Even more humid somehow. But if you can't let your whole day be ruined by the bit of rain, like you said,
go out there and
dance in the rain.
Mind, no matter what.
You go out there and splash and you have a good time and you get videos. I've got videos of my kids in their ponchos dancing in the rain. And it's like, it's almost better than like them having what you would call an ideal time because they're little and they're just like, all right, you just go out there and you pretend that you're a kid. And that's a lot of what Disney is. You just go and
pretend
no one cares.
Everyone.
Now,
I know my son would love to be jumping around the puddles in front of Magic Kingdom right now.
Right.
So,
and I mean, if you did that at your house, if you did that like downtown where you live, people might go, this is a crazy person, stay away. But that's kind of the fun of Disney. You're like, all right, we're going out there. We're all having a good time together.
Nobody's going to be judging you there at all.
And if anything else, you might inspire some other people to make the most of.
Yeah, you could get some people to join you. I could totally see that happening.
I mean, that's some of the Disney magic. So, well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on. And I will put all of your information in here. And if you are looking to plan, the Halloween one is about over, but the Christmas one booking now. So if you're looking for...
so the Halloween one is completely sold out. Yeah. There are some opening dates still for the Christmas Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party as well as Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios.
And so any other vacation, she also does cruising, Disney Cruises and others, things like that. Check her Instagram out, and I'll put your email and all the stuff on there. Just for next year then, for people interested, when do the Halloween ones go on sale typically?
I feel like I bought my ticket in May.
Okay, well, yeah.
So I bought the ticket. I already had my hotel, my resort booked, so I was able to book my ticket right away.
Nice. Because
I was a resort guest. So I think it was like the following week for everybody else. And by that point, none of the dates sold out. So if you are a resort, if you're not going to stay on property, it's totally fine waiting as well.
But around May, if you're starting to get that Halloween itch, call a travel agent. Call Abbie. She'd be happy to help you out, and she knows what she's doing because this is what she does. So it's good to have a pro on your side in this situation. So, well, thanks so much, and you have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I appreciate it.